Now we're going to solve the game Giraffemo. So we've been given a series of conditional statements. For this game, these are going to act as our rules. So the first one is that if one purchases a giraffe, it will require a popsicle. In other words, purchasing a giraffe is sufficient to tell us that we're going to have to get the giraffe a popsicle. G is sufficient for P. Then we're told that anything with a popsicle will require water. So anything given a popsicle, P, is sufficient to tell us it will need water. It is necessary that it will need water, or W. Then we're told anything that needs water, W, will require taking a nap. So water, or W, is sufficient to give us N, a nap. And lastly, anything that takes a nap is not sleepy. So if something takes a nap, N, that triggers us to understand that whatever that thing is that just took that nap is not going to be sleepy after all. So N is sufficient for not S. And we can link these conditional statements together. See, G gives us P, and P gives us W, W gives us N, and N forces not S. Taking the contrapositive of this chain, we start at the end. What happens if we do have S? Well, then we don't have N, and that tells us we don't have W, and that tells us we don't have P, and that tells us we don't have G. First, we're asked, if the author purchases a giraffe, what must be false? Well, G tells us that P, W, N, and not S are triggered. So if our author did buy the giraffe, then that giraffe needs a popsicle. It then needs water. It then takes a nap, and there's no way that it is sleepy. So the giraffe being sleepy must be false. Next, we're asked, what must be true if water is not needed? Well, looking at our contrapositive, if there's no water, that forces that we didn't get a popsicle. And that means that we didn't get the giraffe. So both of those options, not P and not G, are necessary. They are what logically falls out when we're told not W. Next, we're asked, if the author got a pet that is sleepy, what must be true? Well, just like the last question, S triggers not N, which triggers not W, which triggers not P, which triggers not G. So our answer must be one of those. And we get the answer choice that the author did not purchase a giraffe. Next, we're asked, if the author does purchase a giraffe, how many other things do we know must be true? Well, we know P, W, N, and not S are triggered, so that would be 4 things. And lastly, we're given a new conditional statement that if the author wins big in Vegas, he will definitely purchase a giraffe. In other words, L is sufficient to tell us G. And if L triggers G, then L triggers all the things that G triggers. So all of those things must be true.